Do you know what I enjoy doing in my free time? Watching VTubers. Not actually, but for the moment, let's pretend as if I did. Though that is actually kind of funny to hear, considering my extreme love for anime females. Though, personally speaking, I only prefer them 2D. Anyway, so if you watched my Hero Hey video and came out from that side of the community, you most likely know what this video is about. If you didn't, you should watch this video anyway, because fuck you. Out there on the internet, it feels very rare when you come across a story or situation that feels as strangely nimble as this does. A divisive tale that only lives on the internet for a couple of weeks and then fades into obscurity into the vaults of time, never to be talked about again for the coming years unless the discourse ever for so calls for it. But I've been going to sleep a little bit earlier than usual. The change in my sleep schedule didn't just come from Rushia's extremely attractive female features, it actually came from the Rushia invasion into my lateral ventricles, as if Vladimir Rushia wanted to start a water war in my brain or something. And fuck that, this needs to be a video because I really want to go to sleep. Oh, hi. I just noticed I have yet to give you all the details on my enjoyable presence here in your basement. Yeah, let me get that out of the way. How rude of me, madam. My name is Draketh, the cult of personality. This feature film I'm showing to you is about to begin. This is Rushia, a Hololive tragedy. Oh shit, I set the name of the title in the video. I've never done that before. I probably don't have to dwell on this one for too long. If you're watching this video, I'm guaranteed you have a good idea what a VTuber is, but just to explain to those who don't know.
I am not your mom.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Huh? Oh my gosh, there's so much activity going on.
Yeah.
Oh golly.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, what? Oh my god.
A VTuber is an online entertainer who uses a virtual avatar via generated computer graphics or manual real-time motion capture. So basically all of this.
Back, I am Ethan Klein, your host, also known as Lord KoreKore.
And I am Lady Big Titties.
So Eliz is awesome because the titties jiggle when she moves her head, like, holy f, bro. Yes, daddy. Wait, can I do like this?
One of the biggest in the industry of VTubing is Hololive, a virtual YouTuber agency whose parent company is Cover, who, something virtual software. Of course, because this is at the end of the day entertainment agency, I'm sure you can guess what they have. Possible Predator talent. Very, very talented individuals, where the characters of the story and our MC begin to show themselves. So who is Rushia? A VTuber. That's it, it's actually the only thing that's special. Though as someone who doesn't tend to enjoy VTubers all that much, I will personally say I found her streams slightly much more entertaining than the ones I usually watched. She had a certain vibe to her that just made me feel very comfortable. She's my comfort streamer. And guess where she has a contract with? No, it's not AEW, you fucking buffoon. She has a contract with Hololive. Look at that. Full long story circled storytelling. Give me a clap, will you? Along with her, there are other talents signed by Hololive. The red one, the white one, the yellow one, and some zoophilia. The side characters in this story are also a pretty comfortable bunch of cunts that I'm sure you would enjoy. MafuMafu, a Japanese singer-songwriter whose music doesn't sound like shit. Surprisingly, I put it in my playlist. And Keemstar, Japanese circa. Now that the characters and stage have successfully been set, it's time to set the story. Okay, so our story begins, sometime, yeah, fuck it, I do not give nearly enough of a shit to keep track of the dates. Just know that during a game of GTA 5 that was being streamed, Rushia and another VTuber who I also did not give near enough amount of a shit to remember the name of, were streaming, during which an incident occurred in where Rushia had her Discord notifications visible to the viewers of the stream, in which she was getting DM'd by, guess who? MafuMafu, the man, the myth, the legend. The DMs that were being sent appeared to be rather intimate, you see, perhaps almost even giving the idea that they might be in a romantic relationship. Or Mafu's just a massive Simbra. I mean, just look at these DMs, my guys. Just finished streaming. Gonna go home now, Ni-chan. Ooh, how intimate. My boner is tingling. Reaction to this was swift and unhinged. People were unsubbing at fast rates. People were molding, seething, coping, kneeling, crawling. Men did like this genuinely fucking crazy thing with their dicks. Just like, I don't know, man. It just went into women's vaginas and it was fucking gross. The betrayal of the female girlfriend experience caused a massive uproar, you see. The stream ended as soon as Rushia noticed the DMs being shown and the VOD was privated, but the damage had been mostly done. People were bringing up tweets of these two being in the same house at some point in 2018, visiting or maybe even living. MafuMafu would later make a statement that states he and Rushia are simply just friends. In my personal opinion on this, I think it's a very common take. I could be wrong. Yeah, she deserves the hate, man. I mean, you're literally marketing yourself as the girlfriend experience, and you have to expect this kind of backlash when you were with another man. I'm just joking. People that are actually mad about this are pretty pathetic losers. You know, they're fucking losers, man. Fucking losers. You know, pathetic. Their minds are mentally molested, and they're all seething with estrogen and massive walking vaginas. Imagine your only experience in a romantic setting with a female is throwing money at an Asian. Get real, bitches. Now, if this is where Rushia's arc ends, then I wouldn't be making this video, but this is not at all where it ends.
So here and now in the nuclear fallout regarding the backlash.
I absolutely hate this mask. Due to the extreme backlash towards her for being in the possible position of fucking an Asian man, an apology for clarification would be issued, and well, I would say it quelled the backlash, but what reason would one have to apologize for in all of this? I mean, I get it though. I know it isn't all that cool when people apologize for shit they don't have to, but in situations like this, it's kind of a given that's going to happen, especially in cases like this where the person apologizing in question is a person with management, contracts, and you know, the whole wazoo. Important things the viewers of her channel will never have. So just so you all could guess, in statements from both Mafu and Rushia, they both said they were not dating. Or they were. It was really weird having to like break all of this down. It was probably the most confusing part of making this video for me. But from what I've been able to digest, it seems that during when Rushia was not going by the name of Rushia and instead called Mikaneko, there may have been something going on there, and according to KoreKore, Japanese Keemstar over here, there might be a situation in which Rushia actually still has feelings for MafuMafu. Ooh! How scandalous. But for the most part, especially with what MafuMafu said, it appears as though they were never dating to begin with in this situation, at this current moment, during this DM. Maybe they're exes or something, I don't know, I don't want to look too fucking deeply into it, but you know. Honestly, it felt really bad watching all of this go down. The internet is truly a terrible place sometimes. Okay, I don't care anymore. Let's get back into the meat and cheese of this video.
And you don't seem to understand. A shame you seemed an honest man.
Okay, so this is the part of the story where Jake Lucky, Japanese circa, begins to come more into play. Figuratively and literally, because dumb drama seems to be the only thing that he can come on. You see, a little while after drama occurs, Rushia has a couple of DMs with, okay, as fun as it would be to call this guy different variations of some sort of Japanese newsman, I can't, so I'm just gonna refer to him as Kore. Anything else is too much effort for me. Also, I've seen a lot of people refer to him as a Japanese Keemstar as an insult, and I get it, both are kind of annoying, but this is literally like his only controversy. If you even want to call this a controversy, where the fault is on him. So anyways, Rushia decided to do a high school teen girl herself in his DMs. I'm sure this is actually something we'll deal with at some point. In doing this, it so appears that Rushia leaked some very private info that wasn't meant to be leaked regarding Hololive and Cover. Speaking of which, some people may be unaware of this, so here's what an SNS is. An SNS stands for Social Networking Service, the vehicle which some contracts use to define a personal relationships as it relates to agency and contracts. So actually really boring shit. So anyways, it just so happens that Rushia's contract has this SNS to the point where she should have not leaked that info she did to Kore. I'm sure you guys are actually able to see where this is going. Because of this, her contract and her name and herself were, without a doubt, completely terminated. Hololive's statement confirms this, even if it doesn't seem direct. Though it's actually really interesting to think about, mostly because Hololive and Cover don't have the best history when it comes to terminating their talent's contracts. Coco's usually the example that people turn to, but the mystery in all of it was, did Rushia deserve it? Well, I actually have his theory. Rushia? What the fuck is wrong with my script? Rushia is quite literally one of the most super chatted VTubers not only in Hololive, but in the entirety of the internet. To say that Rushia was a valuable talent would be a slight understatement. Even now, she has managed to make nearly 900,000 yen with her channel, which is about 70,000 in US dollars, because I know all of you are like retarded. I'm just joking, I love all of you. One thing to note is that Rushia didn't graduate like Coco did, which to put into layman's terms for people who aren't terminally online like the rest of us, she didn't leave on good terms with the company. NDA agreements are pretty important, but it's kind of insane to me to let Rushia go unless the info being said was like, you know, really fucking important. But I suppose personally speaking, we'll actually never really know what the info was. After all, I'm sure Hololive nor Cover really wants people to know what it is, whether it relates to the agency as a whole or simply individual streamers. Looking into how this entire situation on its whole, it's actually really easy to understand, but it's just pretty insane to think about. Many takes can be made from this entire situation. The situation itself just really had a lot to offer. My take, did she somewhat deserve it and was it her fault? Yeah. Should she have been terminated though? Hard to answer actually, but I think it goes to show how seriously corporations, agencies, and any companies take their talent's contracts. It's really sad actually in a way, to look at the downfall of a streamer so destined for greatness in the agency she worked for, only to see tumbling down, go tumbling down, tumbling down. It all goes. As to where Rushia's story ends, she created a new channel after all the controversy and is popping off. As you could guess, she is no longer signed with Hololive, instead now working independently, which feels strangely rare to see in the VTuber industry. Now you're probably wondering why I made this video. Well, for one, I want views and subs, that's pretty obvious, and that would be very helpful to me. I would also like to try perfecting my craft when it comes to making deep dive commentary videos, giving my takes on stories people are no longer going to care about. Well, actually, unlike most of my videos, I feel like there is a lesson that can be learned here. If there's one thing that is true in this day and age, for many online entertainers, is that free will and the creative mindset of any given online industry is going to go away pretty fast. Independent creators will still exist, but more and more entertainers signed under these contracts and agencies are going to become a lot more common, I feel. These contracts and these companies are not at all people you want to mess with. Maybe one day, you dear viewer, may find yourself in this position. The story of Rushia to me truly does feel like a tragedy, something to show the landscape of the online industries that has begun to inhabit us today, one that will only begin to continue grow much more corporate with time. But until then, just like me, keep on controlling your narrative. Oh, and little side tangent here. While I was editing this video, apparently Rushia actually made a statement regarding her termination. I didn't have time to read that through here, but I read through it, and it's actually not anything all that important to the context of this story, but some good stuff to take into note. So if you guys want to read it, I'll probably link it in the description, but no promises. Okay. Bye now. Okay, so that's a tangent here now. So there was actually a brand new VTuber who was introduced during the Anime Expo where Vshojo, yeah, I'm going completely unscripted here, Vshojo, and people are saying that the voice actress behind her is actually probably the voice actress behind Rushia. Now, I cannot confirm whether this is the case or not because no info has been released. However, though, I will update the comment section of this video because this only now just got updated to me right as I was editing this outro. Okay, so with that said, control your narrative and bye.
Can I tell you something if you don't think it's weird? I guess. I like having my balls kicked. Did you see my message? No, I didn't. I like having my balls kicked. I didn't get your message. I like being kicked in the balls.